Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is daylight savings time, right? So I was all messed up today. Probably a lot of probably a lot of folks were messed up today. Oh my goodness. Good to see everyone though. Happy first Sunday of the month. Yes, yes, yes. Let me say hello to everyone. Yeah, we'll see what they do with this daylight savings time. And I forgot to check to see how my Eagles were doing. But, we'll move on from here. I'm happy to have you. Thank you so much for folks popping in for a moment or hanging with me the entire stretch. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm going to say hello. Going to roll into what we're talking about today. I hope it's an interesting topic. I've kind of mentioned it the last few lives, and I wanted to talk more about travel safety and holiday tips with seasonal events that come along and other types of holidays. So I hope that you can grab some nugget from the conversation today. I'm going to say hello to folks. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, I appreciate you. She Fires, all about self-defense, mainly with a firearm. And we're specifically talking about travel safety, mainly in the United States, okay? We're not going to talk, international, this will be a really long live. So I try to keep it kind of narrow. Of course, everything that I share is my own opinion and observations and experiences, or those that I've heard from other people, okay? So this is not it only. Just wanted to share a couple things, especially with me starting to travel too, like the things that I do that I can impart to you. And I would please ask also if you have tips as I kind of go along, share with us as well. Okay. I know I'm a little bit anal about certain things, so I want to make sure I'm not the only one, really. So with that, I'm going to say hello to people in the chat. Thank you for coming in. Viejo is the first one. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Viejo. Good to see you. All right, you doing a little cleaning? Yes, cleaning on the Sunday. A couple of 1911s. All right, a couple. Good to see everyone. AJ's road tripping. What are you doing over there? Are you supposed to be sleeping? AJ is in Germany, so he's one of my international friends. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. Miss Hotshot, hello. Safety numbers, my mother always told me so. Yes, absolutely. I admire people who can travel solo. Yes, there's a lot of, I follow some Facebook groups and women who travel particularly solo, and they go to like really extravagant places and have no fear. I'm hoping they take all the necessary precautions, but I always admire people who can travel by themselves and like, I got this. But yes, I prefer to go with someone or several bodies. Let's see. What's up? Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. David, hello. Thank you for the fire emojis. Appreciate that. I saw that. What's up too. Thank you. That's easy to stay home. People are very peoply. That's true. Okay. Yes, Woods. But, we live in a society and we have to associate. Well, I don't have to do anything, right? But we live in a community. We live in a society. So you're going to encounter folks here and there, right? But I've become a homebody, so I'm with you on that for sure. People are very people-y. That's cute. Welcome in. I've got a pretty long list. Okay, so I'm not gonna derail too much, but if you know me, I might. I'm gonna try to keep it narrow and look to the chat for your input. Like I said, we want to help everyone stay safe this holiday season, and as they travel, even if it's not the holiday and they're traveling about at any point in time, kind of sharing tips that we do ourselves, that we are just, it's normal to us, and other people like, I've never thought about that before. That's what I want. Thank you. What's up? Yes, please. Hi, Wick Harris. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hey, 2 of you stay in. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you. Hi, Club 49. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Black Sumo. I would imagine be okay. That's what that means. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Piston Greg. Hello. Is that Detroit Piston? I can't see the picture very well. That's Detroit Piston, right? There's a lot of Michigan folks in here. Yes, be careful always, whether you're close to home or away from home. Always keep your head on the swivel, right? As soon as we walk out the door, it's, you should do some neck exercises so you're ready to look in all directions. I don't use a cane, but if I travel, I do. At least I have a stick. Yes, if not, I'm otherwise unarmed. Yeah. And we're talking about that a little bit too, because when you're traveling in different places, they don't have the same self-defense tool rules that they might have in your home state. Like here in Florida, we can have a lot of things. But if I go to another kind of state, fill in the blank, I couldn't have that. I couldn't have maybe like a taser in another state. So whether you're flying, which, you gotta be careful what you travel with, which I'll talk about that, some things I found along the way during my research on this topic. But even with your driving, going through across state lines, just being really mindful of what you can bring along with you. I won't dive too much into those kind of specific things because every state's different. I'm trying to keep it really high level, just general things that you can do. And like I said, there's other channels too that kind of go into really advanced, high-tech, expert tips to stay super safe. I'm just touching on it, okay? I'm just going to touch on it. And then you explore further. You do your own due diligence based upon your comfort level of safety. So, hope that helps. Yes, the little handshaking emoji if you are new here. Hopefully we have a number of returning folks, but love to see new people. And if you're watching this on replay, I appreciate you. Please do leave a comment after the video. Love to hear your comments. If you have any tips that I forgot to mention or didn't even know about, or to expand upon what I already shared, please do. Because I like to share that back out to the community, especially if something that's glaring, like, oh my gosh, how did I forget that? Want to make sure we keep the community safe. So I appreciate it. AJ is road tripping. Having a well-maintained vehicle and season-appropriate tires is also an important safety tip. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Why did I hear that in my voice? Yes, very, very important. I forget that too, because I think we've had snow here before, but it's one thing I didn't think of. See, AJ is road tripping? Absolutely. We'll touch on some things when you're traveling about too, in your car, what to, make sure you have in there with you, like a blanket and water. Even the water from the faucet. I keep extra water with me if I have to wash my hands off or if I have to do whatever I have to do. It's extra water, that I got for free. Well, you pay for it, right? Some people pay for it monthly, but filling those up at home and keeping them in their car is a good tip. If your car overheats, you have extra water, all of that jazz. But thank you for that, AJ. Yes, go rest. Go rest. Good to see you. I appreciate you popping in. Don't get red eyes on my account, but thank you. Saying hello. Warsaw Patriot, hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Let's see here. MacMan 039 reloading. Appreciate you. We know each other kind of. But I think you're new here to the live. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping through. Yes. Thank you. What's up? Appreciate you. You almost have a cane. Yeah, if you think about it, honestly, that's good. They can't tell you can't have a cane. You just can't have I've gone to a gun show where they've had the canes and they had this a sword, a knife inside the cane. Okay, not that. Maybe not that, but like a legitimate cane, because that can still be used as a weapon. I'm going to be the one who needs a cane for my trip if I felt necessary, having it with me. That's a good idea, honestly. Sorry, airport people who are listening. Thank you. You better. Let's see what happens here. Let's see here. Viejo, I have traveled extensively on a motorcycle, much of it alone. It's more fun to travel with someone else. Yes. Good to have a backup should anything wrong. Yes, of course. Never travel unarmed. Yes. In some form or fashion, you don't want to be completely empty. Some form of fashion. So hopefully, as we kind of go along, people have suggestions like the cane that they will offer up to folks. Okay, so let me just share. I have a couple range day videos. Before I kind of dive in, I have a couple range day videos that I'll be releasing here soon. So stay tuned. I know I've been slacking, but I will be posting some of those also very soon. And what else was I going to share? If you're new here, yes, please don't forget to subscribe. It's on my list, okay? I gotta say it. All right, so I'm gonna roll right into it because I know I've got literally 2 pages here, but it could mostly be just my chicken scratch that I want to run through. And I've broken it up between before you leave, getting there, and then when you're there. So we'll just kind of slide through. I'll keep my eye on the chat just to make sure if anyone adds anything to us, so don't let the chat get behind. And, we've moved on to like the next little part of the trip. So I'll be looking down. I apologize. I'll be looking down at the chat to make sure that I haven't missed anyone. Hi, Miss Misty Wayne. Good to see you. Welcome in. I saw you and I skipped through and I saw someone say hello to you. So thank you for being here. And please do at me so I know my eyes will find the @ sign at SheFire so I can pay attention to your question or comment. Please. I don't want to miss you. Hi, Chessboard. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much. What is that there? I saw you have some daggers. Yes. That's one of the videos I'm going to be bringing back, talking about something hopefully different than what I've been sharing before. But I have several. When you like a firearm, you make changes to it. You just want to share. It could be one small thing, and you just want to share it. Surprisingly, with the dagger, I'll say the magwell that was added to it. So many people were asking about that, and I was very surprised. That was just I won't say last minute ad, but it wasn't something that I planned on doing, but people really like that. So I got a lot of eyeballs and questions on where'd you get that from? I am very familiar with Strike Industries. I haven't brought my Glock out for a long time, but I have a Glock 19 Gen 5, and I have some Strike parts on there. And that's the only one that I have. Only Glock that I have, and I think I only have the Strike Industries parts on there. I have a compensator from Strike from them. I do like the compensator stuff. I'm trying to get my hands on another one. One of the mini quad ones. I'm not sure. Something that comes on the smaller firearm. I'm looking at that, but we'll see. The list is long. My list is very long. Hi, Ron Wayne. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yes, it does. I agree. And I'm not sure if I did a good job explaining it the first time I kind of shared it on my Glock video, but it does make a difference. I may bring that back out and talk about it, especially that was an early on video. So I was less visible. I'm trying to bring back some of the other videos that I had done when I first started my channel to still, I won't say all, but some of those were quality. So, you're just kind of getting your feet wet, trying to figure things out. So pardon my dust, all those things. Oh gosh. But there were some that did have some value, and I can do a better job now of kind of describing any kind of enhancements that I've made to a firearm. And definitely with the compensator, I can do that with my Glock. And most people like seeing the Glocks anyway, right? I will do that. I will do that. Hi, Michael Taylor. Good to see you. Well, we have many people in the chat who have their own opinion. I feel like just like what kind of firearm you should get, the light in the optic of preferences is personal. Like, you got to know what you want. You got to ask questions like, what are you going to be using? Which firearm are you going to be using it for? Are you going to carry it on your body? You're going to, like, so you making sure you have a compatible holster. I'm trying to think off the top of my head the questions that you would want to question to yourself. I have a dagger myself. So on my dagger, I do have a light on it. It's the Streamlight TLR1, 1S, S for strobe. So I have that on there. And honestly, you'll tell me in the chat, okay? How often are you gonna have the light on? You just want something that's decent and reliable, that's reputable. But how often are you gonna have the light on? So it doesn't, for me. Although, the really nice expensive ones would be nice. Do you really need to have the most expensive one? Just something that works for you, works within your budget, fits comfortably, snug on your firearm, won't fall off when you're shooting. Yes, that's my answer. But if you have more specific question, I will be happy to answer. And other folks too, I'm sure that they can chime in. But I try to look at what your purpose is. Do you plan to, carry it on your body or not? Does it have a holster that works for it? What's your budget? Did I already say that? Once you know those answers, then you can kind of narrow in on what you like. But yes, please reach out in the email or comment if I can help guide you any further. I'm happy to. I love tinkering with different ones anyway, too. So good. Okay. Yes. Please do at me. Okay, as your tap carry option. Yes. So I like with my dagger, because I have the Streamlight TLR1S on it. I have the Works holster. It's an outdoor holster, outside the waistband holster, but they do have inside the waistband options as well. And those are all light bearing holsters. And I know there's other brands out there, but they're ones that I connected with early on, and they're a great company. So there are other manufacturers out there that are just as good, great quality. Finding out which one, again, fits best on your body. Our body, that's the other thing, like our body types, what's best for our body, how things fit on us, and what other accessories you would need on with your holster. I hope I answered your question. Please let me know. That's my next thing, finding a holster. Just received my CCW. Excellent. Awesome. Congratulations with that. Very good. Yes. Good. Well, if you have any questions, if I can help give you some suggestions just on things to consider, not suggestions on what you should get, but just, what options are out there. Again, folks can chime in as well to make sure, to point you in the right direction. That's what we're here for. I love it. Congratulations on that. That's a big deal. It's nice. Hi, Kirk Walters. I just think your video is straight up on point one. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you're new. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I like how you spell your name. I too spell my name differently, so I like that. Kirk Walters. Thank you. All right. So if you all have any other suggestions or thoughts, I'm gonna keep looking down at the chat just to pop in anything that's related to kind of what I'm sharing. But this is travel within the U.S. This is traveling, even if you're going to visit family. I know a lot of people go home for meeting with family, but if you're going to travel for fun in other places inside the U.S., something's going to apply outside, but I'm just trying to stay focused. Just any kind of tips like that, please do share as I kind of go through it, okay? These are the things that I do kind of to prepare myself when I go away, right? And I'll keep looking back over here once I fits all. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, love it. Hi, Gizzard Gary. Good to see you. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Jason, did I miss you? Hi, Jason. Thanks for being here. I think I saw your name, but didn't say anything, so I appreciate you being here. All right, we're gonna roll into it. So before you leave, for me, I'm gonna share some. I'm gonna do show and tell for you also, just because what I have. I like to share my itinerary with a friend or a trusted friend or family member. Like, okay, this is where I'm going, and like the destination, the modes of transportation to get to that destination. If it's bus, train, flight, Uber, letting people know where I'm going to be. And in some cases too, depending on where I'm going, sharing my location. So they know, okay, I'm here, I'm good, I'm safe. If you want someone to be that into your life, that is an option. Okay, let me just say this. All the things I share, some people are really private, okay? But some, if you're by yourself or you trust that kind of information to someone, just making that information available, sharing those tips and suggestions, that's my goal in doing this, okay? Not every situation is different for different people, but food for thought. Okay, make sure. Okay, good. The other thing is I'm going to share this with you. And I kind of mentioned it before, but this here, I am not sponsored by them. I'm just sharing this because it's what I use. This is a Wise cam. And I got it off Amazon, and I've used this for many, many years. I've got different models and styles. I think I have like 10 of these, over time. Once broken, they're just, they stopped working because I've had them for a really long time. But these are great because you can have it as an app on your phone. You monitor your own home. In addition to, if you still have ADT or some other comparable home security system, I like having this as well because I can get it on my phone. I can set it strategically where I want it to and not have that extra expense. Okay, I want to stay safe, but I don't want to. If your budget can only allow for so much, looking at other means is a smart way to look at things. So I like this, and they've got where it's got dark mode. It's for indoor and outdoor. I mentioned that before. Having cameras inside your home is an option that people do, especially if someone shouldn't be there. If you have an apartment, things like that. I'm derailing, but cameras, if you are the monitoring service, is a good thing, especially when you're traveling. If you're not at home, protecting your inside and your outside. If someone got in and you didn't have an outside camera, whatever it might be, if you have an indoor camera, it does motion sensor, all of that stuff. I love the Wyze, WYZE. I don't know if I have this on my Amazon store. If I don't, I'm going to add it, okay? And some of the other things that you can get, it's great. I think this was like $29 or $39, something like that. And they have other things, other types that you can add, other features. I love it. Okay, can't say it enough. The other thing is, I don't know the name of this, but it's a light timer. But this particular brand, oh no, wait, here it is. The BN Link. So I connect this. I removed it just to show you. I plugged my lamp into it, and I can program it from my phone and set a timer. Again, I got it off of Amazon, and they've got other models, other styles, but you can get a pack of 2, or I think there was a pack of 6 that I got for this one. And you can set your lamp to turn on at a certain time or have it manually set if you're going to be away, especially for a certain time. But people think that you're home, okay? People think like, oh, that's how they haven't turned the lights on for 2 weeks because, they must be away. So that's fantastic. And again, I know this is not in my Amazon store, but I'll add it. Let me make sure that I have my little link there. I don't think I do. At the end of this video, I will add my Amazon store so you can check it out. But that is B, and B is in boy, and is in Nancy link. And you can check that out yourself. But I appreciate your support. If you are interested, I'll put it on my Amazon store. Okay. Make sure people aren't saying anything. What's this one? Okay, good. All right. Make sure. Did I miss anybody? Please let me know, call me out if someone new has popped into the chat so I can say hello, okay? Please, please. I don't want to miss anyone. Thank you. No one acknowledged me, but thank you. The other thing is, especially when you're traveling by car, do you have a first aid kit in your car that you just keep it there? Not one that you bring in. Like, there's one that I have that when I go to the range, but having a kit that you leave in your car, and also one that has, or a little safety kit where you keep extra batteries. That's going to be when you go on the trip. You don't want anything exploding in your car. But if you have a flashlight, if you do have extra batteries when you're traveling, having that extra, and a power bank. Do I have my power bank? I have a solar powered charging device, kind of like my phone, a little bit bigger than this, and a solar charging. So I'm not without cell service if I need to reach someone or someone needs to reach me, right? I was talking about the GPS before, making sure that someone can get a hold of you, find my phone, all of that. Do you have the Find My Phone app on your turned on? If you don't, please do that. It's free. Don't leave home without it. The other thing is, I have insurance, through my car insurance and extra roadside assistance. But I also just recently, and I don't know why I do it. Sometimes I get it and then sometimes I don't. But I have AAA now because I will be traveling here soon. And it does offer a lot of benefits. And it was really expensive. It was very inexpensive for the value that I got out of it. But if you travel more, especially you get older, well, as we retire, we would hope that we would travel more. Hope that we would travel more. Having some AAA, that is peace of mind. It's all about comfort and peace of mind. So I got AAA for that reason. And I got it for, people in my household too, just because, roadside assistance. It just gives extra, gas, gives you gas if you run out of gas. We talked about that before. I almost ran out of gas before. I've learned my lesson though, because that's really, really scary when that happens. Fortunately, it was during the day. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it 100%. That's applicable for a lot of situations. Absolutely. I love it. Yep. Armory says it. Absolutely. Okay. So when you're going places, and if it's not to, of course, if you're traveling to a family's house, you don't need to read reviews. Okay. But if you're going someplace, you're going on a cool trip, you do your due diligence. Hopefully you read reviews. I like to go onto Facebook and see if it's a resort or someplace like that, what people say about it, all the experiences. I got to have a full 360. As much as I can. But when you go and make your reservation online, oftentimes you make your reservation online or even through a travel agent. I don't never use a travel agent, but if you didn't immediately talk to them when you made the online reservation, I always call the hotel after the reservation is made because I have special requests if I don't want to. Safety tip here. I don't like parking. I don't like my room next to the elevator. First of all, it's really noisy. Okay, people coming in and out, the ding, all of that. But I like to be closest to the stairwell, and that's often on the opposite side, or I guess the elevator is usually in the middle, something like that. But I like to be closest to where I can get away if there was an emergency, if there was a fire, if people said that they knocking on doors saying, hey, we need to leave. There's a situation, there's a gas leak or whatever it might be. I want the quickest way to exit. And so I don't want to be near the elevator because it's not going to be working in those situations, right? And I want to be near the stairwell. The other thing is, I think all of them, either it's on the back of your hotel door or on the wall, they have now the escape route, and it shows you where you are and where you're supposed to be to get out. when I go into the hotel room, I look at that, like, okay, map it out. Even as far as we take a picture of the route, and then send it. You know, again, remember, I said sharing it with someone that you trust, letting them know like your room number, because oftentimes if you haven't checked in yet, they're not going to give you your room number. They do it after you're there, and you know. But they have these new apps now that you can check in remotely, which is fantastic. When they have that feature. But sharing your hotel room and even that picture, like if something happens, they'll say, oh yeah, if you tell them verbally, I'm in room 108, and then something happens and you had a conversation with your family member and they forgot they were in room, I don't know, right? If they have a picture of it, they can go back and retrieve it and say, okay, yes, this is what it is. Worst case scenario, but how prepared would someone be if they were that 1% out of the 100% that happened to, that these kind of safety precautions are followed, like knowing where your escape route is. And particularly, I mentioned the flashlight. If the lights go off, do you know how to maneuver and get down? You want to get to the stairwell, you know where the stairs are immediately. And if the emergency lights, those red lights don't come on in that hotel room, when the emergency kicks in, you can have your flashlight and you can find your way down the stairs and out safely, right? See what people are saying. Let me see. Take a quick break. Make sure I didn't forget anything. In my vehicles, I have a Rubbermaid tote that has a first aid kit, trauma kit, a couple blankets, yes, extra gloves and hats, Cliff Bars. Those last a really long time too, so that's good. About 12 bottles of water, extra flashlight, and batteries. Look at what's up. What's up? See? What's up? There we go. There you go. What's up? You don't need to take a screenshot of that. That's very good. I don't have the Rubbermaid tote. I don't think about that. That's good to put in the back. See? Learning here. Extra tips. 1/4 tank is empty to me. I know. Jason, I would make you sweat if we're traveling, because I do skirt the line. I've gotten better though, but yes, I'll stay on the 13th floor. Wait, I don't think they have. Do they have a 13th floor still? Because I know people are really paranoid about that. I'm not sure. Even in office buildings, you don't see 13th floor anymore. Well, at least in all the ones I look for it to see if I see a 13th floor now. Checking in. Hello, G baby. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for popping in. What just happened? Never shine a UV flashlight in the hotel room. You never want to stay in one again. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Okay. And I don't know if I'm not a germaphobe, but I also am not, the opposite either. Like I'm a happy middle place. I do have on here, I have to see if it's on this page or the next page, about sanitizing, staying safe. You don't want to get sick because you're touching stuff that, is not clean. The worst thing is getting sick when you're away on a trip. Oh, Lord, we don't want that. Best floor to stay on is between 3rd and 5th, with room away from the elevator, emergency stairs. Also walk the emergency exit routes to ensure fidelity. There may be changes construction. Awesome. Hi, Jova Q. Am I saying it right? I appreciate you. I love it. Yeah, in the past, and that might change, but I usually stay like on a little bit higher floor. Just find it's really noisy, like closer to the first level. But I like the 3 to 5 floor option. Yes. Yeah. We're all learning. Yes. I love that though. Thank you for sharing that. And walking it. That's a good point to mention as well. Walking it, making sure, okay, I know. Yeah. Let me look, at least like opening the door. Like, okay, I see that, you don't know what kind of pattern is going on down there, to getting down there. So I love it. Yes. The 14th floor is a 13th. I know what's up. Don't say it. Hi, Charles. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Any tips you might have to share about being safe, getting to, traveling to and reaching a destination? What kinds of things you do to stay safe? That's what we're wanting to share. Oh, it's been funny about sitting with my back to the door in a restaurant. Got to see what's coming up. Yeah, I love that, Ron. I am definitely going to be talking about that, being out and about and making sure. So when we talk about this in a future live, act like you didn't hear this. Like making sure you know where your exits are. I talked about when I went to the range and that there was only one door in, and that's the same door you exited. What if something crazy happened? Like knowing where your exits are and when you enter a room, like, okay, I see exit signs, I see it, okay. No, that's important. And making sure that you're back, you're situated in such a way that you can see people, where people are coming from. I hate it when I'm stuck in a place. If it's with me, if you're with a special someone, they have your back too. You see everything. But I still try to stay like to the side and do my do my good deed to keep keep myself safe. Got your back, right? Yes, we're going to talk about that for sure, because that's really, really important that we kind of go through when you're kind of socializing and try to and keeping yourself safe in situations like that in the social setting. That's why I really don't like going in big crowds, although I'm not very tall anyway, so I get lost in it. But when you're big crowds, your security, your safety is challenged. When there's a lot of people and you don't have a handle and you can't see everything, right? Sometimes you just risk, you have to weigh your risks and know your limits, what your comfort level is. I love it. Yes. Mike O'Neill, is that right? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Please do share. And if there's anything, as we're talking, if there's anything like, oh, I didn't think about that, please do say, oh, it's a good idea. I see that here. A second, that one, Ron. Yes. Awesome. Oh my goodness. I know. I'm not going to talk about that, but that's why I was very specific. Just a regular old flashlight. Okay. No black light, none of that stuff. Higher floors may have difficulty in rescue attempts if there's a fire, etc. I know. Yes. Some things until you enter into a community and space and you're having conversations with people, do you realize I'm not doing it as best as I thought I was doing it, or I never even thought about that being an issue. So thank you for sharing that. That's what we're here for. That's funny. Stairwells provide concealment for potential ambush, push in room invasion. Also allows easy egress for bad guys, and most aren't monitored. Yes, that's the other thing. I was talking about being in an elevator. When you get into the elevator, especially when you go like on a trip. Did I talk about that? Let me just make sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. I might have to skip over that part. But yeah, when you're getting into the elevator, it's crowded. Are you waiting? Are you waiting until, like, if I'm going to get into a crowded elevator, I'm definitely not going to have my back to a bunch of people. And like, when those commercials you see when people get on the elevator and there's like that last one person that pops on at the last minute and they're at the very front and their face is literally as a door shut, like there. It's probably, you're where you want to be, maybe, so can you wait a couple minutes? And like, even if it's crowded, if you're in against the wall, the elevator wall inside, you increase your visibility because it's not everyone behind you, and making sure that your pockets are sealed and closed so no one pickpockets you. So long ago, on a trip to Fort Lauderdale, I was with a girlfriend, and we were at some restaurant, and they had a restaurant, and then they had dancing, and we were little baby sheep amongst wolves. Okay, I think it was like 20 or something like that. And I won't get myself in situations. I thank God that crazy things didn't happen. I may have to have a live where I talked about the times that things could have went very, very left quickly, badly. But and I don't know if I shared it before, but we went to Fort Lauderdale. We're hanging out. Me, still petite. Okay, I didn't shrink. And she was just as petite as I was at the time. And we were dancing, and the floor was crowded. Okay, and dancing with some random guy. And she was dancing, not too far from me. I kept getting bumped. And I had, I'm trying to be hands-free, I'm thinking that I'm being safe. I got my bag zipped up on my back, and I'm hands-free. Don't have a purse that can get ripped off me, thinking I'm good. And I kept getting bumped. And he was like, no, you're good, moving me like away. And I was like, what the heck is going on? The song was over. Get off the dance floor. My bag is open. My money was gone. Thank God I only brought like $20. It was something really small. It was in the wallet. I just brought my ID and $20. Both of those were gone. Mind you, this is when I lived in Virginia. Okay. So I'm in Florida, not my state, and my ID's gone. We flew there, and we were flying out the next day. So my ID's gone, her ID's gone, because I was the keeper of everything. So both of our the things you do when you're young, okay? And we had a bad night. We had to call the police, and they came to our hotel room. I don't even know how we had nothing. We had no forms of ID. We didn't have like our hotel key. We had nothing. They let us in. I just remember from the restaurant crying, like freaking out, because the guys that we're with disappeared. And the bumping was slowly opening my bag to get $20 in my ID. And I'm freaking out. I was like, this person has my face, my full name, where I live in Virginia. Never found it again. Nothing. Hers too. Anything could happen. Anything possibly could have happened. But when we called the police, they came to our hotel, and we're mad at each other. Honestly, I don't even know. Like we were able to get on the airplane. We got instead of a doctor's note, we got a police note. I'm very surprised that they let us do this, but they gave us a note saying that we lost our ID and that we can travel with that note random. And we were able to fly back home. And we didn't talk, she and I, for a little bit. I'm not sure why we were mad at each other. Maybe just because it just happened and could have been more careful. Yeah. But I share that. I'm not sure why. But when you're traveling, to be really mindful and keep your head on the swivel. Just because you're in safety mode, you're in travel mode, doesn't mean you're in safety mode. Like you repel bad things from happening to you. Like even here in Tampa, we see a lot of things. Tourists come through, and we look and like, okay, they're definitely a tourist. I hope that they're careful. They're walking down the street that they probably shouldn't be walking down. That happens, and that was me. That was me, the little guppy fish, and the shark. The shark got me. But I'm safe. So maybe they didn't get me. It was maybe like an octopus or something. Oh my goodness. Hi, Tien Goddess. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me catch up. You see, I derailed. I told you I was going to try to stay focused, but I wanted to sink in. Don't do these things. Let it sink in. I'm sure you won't. That was it was over 20 years ago that happened. So hopefully I'm wiser than that to do something. But if you have young children, teenagers, college students, remind them of that story. Remind them. We have travel essential, knives, keys, flashlights, UV light, etc. that we take with us in a small, not so bug out bag. If you're well trained and have a few things, you are good. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Absolutely. I need to work on a tote, having a tote in the back of my car. I love it. Hi, G23. Did I miss you popping in here? I apologize. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let me make sure. Okay. Hi, Demand 120. Thank you. Always supportive. Thank you. I hope you can grab a little nugget from our conversation. All right. I just want to make sure that I don't fall too far off the wagon here, sharing. I saw a comment. Oh my goodness. Please at me if you want to direct any of your laughter to me for having that happen. Thank God nothing happened. She's the same girlfriend that I went out with who saved me from getting roofied by some guy who wanted to give me and actually gave it to her, and then I was like, oh, okay. I was very naive when I was younger. Okay, I was a shelter child. An open beer bottle, and she's like, "No, we're not drinking that." So hopefully you have a friend like that in your life, or you were that friend to someone. What's this say here? Well, you will get them next time. They're talking about something else. Back then, dancing like that was called body rocking. I don't know. Is that a real thing? Are you laughing? Oh, are you? Yeah. Okay. Yes. They got me. But they only got $20. So thank God I didn't take my whole wallet and with credit cards, all that stuff. I don't know. They thought they were hitting a gold mine, but we probably look like little baby deer, little fawns, right? Definitely. And from then on, she has a bear trap first. I know, right? I know. I do feel, I'm wiser. You as you get older, hopefully you become wiser with the decisions that you make and the places that you go. That's funny though. Yes, we'll see. Well, the bear trap is the pew pew pew, or the zapper, or the pocket knife, or fill in the blank. Ron Wayne. Hi, drop it like it's Scott. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. I'm sharing horror stories of times where I was not as careful. I was very reckless and I didn't know it. The worst thing is not knowing that you're being careless. Hopefully someone is looking out for you. They talk about people who just kind of roam around in life and they are protected. They've got some protective shield over them because nothing horrible happens to them. That's kind of like what I felt then. I am not challenging that. I will not challenge that today, but I've escaped some situations in the past. That's why I smile now. I'm very thankful. What about the latest Ybor City shooting? Yes, that was very close to, I won't say it's in my neighborhood, maybe 20, 25 minutes away, depending on how you get there. And it is a part of town where a lot of tourists are there. It's a lot of nightlife. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's scary, and there are a lot of just rumors about the kid that passed away, being 14. What the circumstances were, I don't know. Whether it was the weekend or a holiday and the kids are off, I don't think that's very safe at all for kids to be out that late. I don't know the circumstances for why that happened, but I think sometimes too, dang, please, Florida gets so many stories about misbehaviors, And I don't know. I don't know if it's Floridians or people who move in to the state. It could be a combination. You just have to move smartly, and if you're a kid, you may not know, you may not have been taught to avoid confrontation, avoid those types of things, and just could be a casualty of, city life and getting caught up. I don't know. As a parent, I have just my own opinion about that, but yeah, it's scary. And I know that they just had, like, even over the weekend, I didn't go through there. It is close to a community college also. There's an Ybor Community College, Hillsborough Community College. They have an Ybor campus, and I think they've increased security just for people's comfort. It just being kind of like an isolated situation is something that runs rampant. I mean, they do party down there. They get down, that like it's really lively. I'm actually surprised that more conflict doesn't happen. It's just a part of the city that has a lot of activity, good and bad. Mostly it's just a fun little city that people visit. But yeah, I just think it's isolated, and it will pass, and hopefully, they'll do more just to be more secure and tap young people on the shoulder, like, you shouldn't be here, or what do you do? I don't know. My bad, get off the soapbox there, but yes. Wouldn't want my teenager down there. In any case, honestly. Hi, Depend 1984. Good to see you. Welcome in. We're having several side conversations. What did you say here? I had my purse cut off my shoulder. It was crossbody. I was holding the strap. Got 300. Dang. See, I know. That's one of the reasons why I don't like to have a lot of cash on me too. So if someone did take it, even if I took my phone, I can get my phone and everything transferred back over. Your safety, your well-being is most important. Keeping minimal cash. You can always get new cards. What else do you have in there? You have to get a new key for your car. That's a pain in the neck. I think it's like $100 for me to get my key fob replaced. But it's still, you're still making out. But that sucks. That's scary. Yeah, you think the crossbody is good because it's a greater deterrent because it's all the weight on your body versus just like a strap on your arm. But people don't care. If they want it, they'll find a way to get it. D-Man 120, pay attention to your surroundings. Yes. I wouldn't even steal a pack of gum. It's scummy to steal. I agree. Got my wife to shoot a 45 ACP for the first time. I want to do that too. What'd she think? Next up, AR-15. Oh yeah, must do it. Hi Bernie, good to see you. Welcome in. All right, I'm gonna get back to it. Oh my goodness. See what happens? Let's see. I'm almost 7 o'clock. All right. I may talk a little bit faster than I normally do. Let me see. Do y'all like my little side stories? Let me see. Thank you. What's up? Appreciate that. Yes, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. I'm sure others have similar experiences. I know I lost my wallet too. Some nice person mailed. Oh, nice. Nice person mailed back the ID paperwork, etc. I still just carry $20. Be smart. Yes, I keep a couple dollars in my car, and then I try to keep it. Minimize how much cash I keep on me. And I'm going to talk about that too. I have a Cash App card. I have some other cards too, but I try to have a card, like a Cash App card, as a barrier between your bank card. And whenever I need to make a purchase, and this will be part of a lot that I do in the future, talking about like financial safety and how to move a little bit safer. With, technology makes things a lot easier, but the risks are there. And knowing, okay, if I make this change, which does make my life easier, what's the security risk? So we'll be talking about that I do love using my Cash App card for those situations, which we're going to talk about. Okay, so we talked about familiarizing. Okay, yes, and sending emergency exits. We talked about that. Okay, yes, the Uber, like traveling, moving about. A lot of people, it's very popular to use Uber, not use your car. If you fly in the city, you may not rent a car because you could I'll just do Uber or a taxi. Because Uber has become very popular, a lot of people are doing that, and I know that they've become more sophisticated. Most recently, when I used it earlier this year, yes, or was it over the summer? I can't remember now. No, it was early this year. They now have it where you have a code that the driver gets and you get, and you verify, okay, you are who I'm supposed to be with, along with still their type of car, their name, and their license plate number. There was that story. You think it's very simple. Okay, I see on the app what car it says all the descriptive information, but still people are intoxicated. People are not paying attention. They hop into someone's car, and that happened to a lady who got into some random man's car, and she was not alive the next day. She called an Uber. She just it's a black car, just hopped in. Some devious people out there. Like someone, the mentality, someone's going to get into my car without checking, and it will be their unluck, if that's a word. It'll be their unlucky day, So making sure, like I like having that feature now, because I can say, 5 or whatever it is, the code name, and they'll validate. They have to push it into their phone or their app, whatever they're using to track it, and then and then you go on to where you're supposed to be. Which make sure I don't want to get ahead of myself talking about going out to places. Oh, okay, good. It segues right into it. Like when you're traveling into a different place and you're at your hotel. Okay, we're going to be going to this restaurant or this event space, and knowing where you're going. Don't rely on the Uber person to just tell you, oh, okay, you want to go to X restaurant? Sure, I'll take you, and it's whatever street it is. Like, watch and pay attention. If you're in a different city, you want to see. You don't know because it's not your city, but watch where you're going. Make sure, hey, we're going down the dark alley. Why? This is not the way. Why are you not taking the main drag? That's where you don't keep your head in your phone when you're going to your destination or get distracted. Like, pay attention to your route and know, like, on your phone GPS, where that place is. You're also tracking it. Like, okay, it's this address. I'm also going to follow along and make sure that you're going the right north, south, east, west. If you're going south and you're supposed to go north, there's a problem, right? And be ready to get that pepper spray out. Which reminds me, Sabre has it's the lowest percentage that you can have. A lowest amount you can get in a little super small pepper spray container that is TSA approved. Okay. I don't have it. I'm going to get it. When I get it, I'll show it to you. Because I'm going to be traveling, going to SHOT Show in Las Vegas in January. And so definitely going to be taking that with me. Okay. Beware, folks, Uber drivers out there. But having something where you feel safe, like the cane. Woods mentioned that earlier, like having a cane with you. I think, having to carry something like that might be a little bit, cumbersome. But whatever's allowable in that state for you to have it with you. If not, if you're traveling to a different state, you don't know anything. You're traveling to a different city, you don't know the lay of the land. Sometimes we're too trusting that things are going to be okay. Oh, everything's going to be okay. Like, yeah, but I'm still going to bring it with me. That's my mentality. Like, everything will be fine, but I'm going to take, some precautions. And when I show it next, I think it was like $15, something like that. It's just nice to have. And I know that is allowable in Nevada. So know your states, though. Some places don't allow for that. I always like to throw out the disclaimer. My wallet was in my hands. This was in 1990. Sheesh. Talking about what's taken again. Hi, Coop. Good to see you. C&T Designs and Arms. Good to see you. Welcome in. I'm making my way. All right. So along with the Uber, please God, don't share your cab with someone that's a stranger. Did you see the movie Taken? While that was a fictional story, it may not have been a fiction. Like, I believe something like that has happened. That movie is one that I have my daughters watch, because you're talking, you're coming, traveling out of state. In this case, they were traveling out of the country, and they're just chatting it up with one another. The guy's overhearing, yeah, we're here by ourselves. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a great time. And he comes up to him, really nice, charismatic, good looking, and says, you want to share a cab? We can split the costs. And they're like, sure. We've got a party. If you want to come to a party, sure. So he finds out what hotel they're at, and he invites them to a party. It's like, oh yeah, we'll come. Okay, what room number are you in? I'll come pick you up at like 8:00, and they give their room number, and they share a cab. Like, you're opening the door, cracking the door open for something horrible to happen. I love that movie. It made me love Liam Neeson. Did anyone else see that movie? If not, I would encourage you to do so. I think there are like 3 Takens now, 3 or 4. The first one was the best one, though. You have to look at like a wolf rather than a sheep. Come on, crooks, look for easy targets. Absolutely. If you're looking around like you're all doe-eyed, even if you know where you're going, if you do your homework in advance, if you do your, know where you need to go in advance, you're a little bit more confident. Like, okay, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know that it's this place, it's in this district, this part of town, ask the hotel. That's one of the things I forgot to mention. Dang it. When you're calling to make your, to confirm your special requests. And even when you arrive, like going down and talking to the people, that's what they're there for, the concierge. Like, okay, where are good places to go? Yes, but where are places, should I ask, where's, maybe a place I shouldn't necessarily go, or maybe unsafe places, any local concerns, local concerns. When I'm there, might be different than a month ago. There were no concerns, but now there is. Like knowing and asking those kinds of questions just helps okay, I'm going to skip that location for now, because maybe like they're protesting or anything like local happenings that might be a crowded environment that I want to avoid. That's what they're there for, to answer those questions for you, right? The bank where my ex-wife worked back in the 90s got robbed. The detective asked her to describe the guy. She said it was black and had wooden grips and a big hole at the end of the barrel. Oh, this described the gun. Okay, yes. Okay, I understand. Rick Harris. Yeah, I know. And then when you're in that kind of panic state, or you're in a concerned state, as much information you could give to someone ahead of time. This just makes me think about like making sure people know where you are, making sure they have all this information in advance and not scrambling. Because if you're having a casual conversation, yeah, I'm in room at 108, I'm here, I'm safe, I'm good, I'm at this hotel, and then something happens in that city and they're trying to reach you, that Facebook does marked safe from X event. Like, if you know where they are exactly, if you know in the vicinity where they are, where they're located, the incident may have happened over here, but you're over here safe and sound. So putting your loved ones at ease too helps by giving them that advanced information, which I like to give comfort. I want to travel and be out comfortably. I'm all right. When I travel for bowling tournaments, I use Cash App cards for everything. If I lose, I can move the money back to my bank account, 100%. And I'm going to talk about that too. Great point. Nice segue. Let me do this really quickly as I turn my page. I don't want to make a lot of noise with you guys. How long does it take? A second. One moment. All right, that's my little, I almost say commercial, but yeah, very, very brief commercial. Although I didn't wipe my nose. My nose always runs. You like that little animation of my logo? I want to be able to add it for certain situations like this when I don't want to be noisy, and have it come through the mic and annoy you. I know it hurts my ears when like rattling and stuff like that. Hopefully that's good. Let's see here. I know I just missed something that came through. So sorry. Hi, Chico Wise. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're talking about being safe, out and about, traveling. And I've moved on to my next page talking about like at the hotel, and we'll kind of get into it. Yes, okay. Traveling in a motorcycle is a bit different than other means, but I always rode with this satellite tracker, yes, with global coverage, SAR. I don't know what SAR stands for. An extra air med-vac insurance. Never needed it until last year. Dang, until last year. Sorry to hear that, viejo. But glad you had the necessary coverage to protect yourself. Beware that they sell cell phone jammers. Some bad guys use them to defeat some security apps and tracking by cell towers. Oh, good point. All right. Good to know. Thank you for sharing that. See? Yes. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. A hello ride out of the boonies can get expensive. A helicopter ride, right? Nor vehicle med insurance may not cover you. Yeah, and that's why I like having the extra like AAA insurance also for certain situations. You never know. Never know. Let's see here. Yeah, I was looking at that. What's it? Yes, I have a certain set of skills. I'm trying to memorize it now. It escapes me now, but I will find you. Yes, most people know that. I will find you, and I will you. Yep. Yes, certainly. That's scary. I used to work for an IT company, and we serviced banks, local community banks, and it always made me nervous. Me going in there, like meeting with the bank people, because I always worry. It's like this is where things happen. Good things happen, like money, but bank robberies and stuff like that. It's like, please never. I never want to experience that. So I can only imagine how scary something like that would be. Whenever I went to those types of appointments, although we were like in the back, we were never like meeting out in the lobby area. It was still very scary. So I'm thankful nothing ever happened, and definitely had some customers of ours that had some situations. It's very scary. So yes, I will second what you baby says. Glad that she is okay. Scary. Hello, Mandatory Carrie. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes. Just something. It wasn't long enough. Obviously, I'm gonna have another commercial. I'm gonna work on some like a little montage of just different things, especially since we're getting into the end of the year, December, like a montage of everything that I've done for 2023 and turn it into some type of commercial. I think it's helpful when I have to segue or do something, like if I do a potty break or something like that. It's good to do that. I think GUF does a good job of having little commercials. I will be doing the same. Search and rescue. Yes. Okay. Thank you. See, thank you very much. I did not know. Now I do. Okay. All right. So we talked a little bit about like, okay, when you're at the hotel, especially like going to certain places like Vegas, just those really high touristy areas. I don't know, I just get extra paranoid. And I do have a small little story about that too. Hi T2BRFU. I know that stands for something. I'm not sure if I want to know, especially with the FU at the bottom at the end. That's funny. That okay, so you're at the hotel. Do you use their safe? Do you bring your own like personal portable safe, like one that you would have in your car? Like when, like I've talked about this before, like early on. I had a video on it about having like a car safe and using the security cable and securing it on something stationary in the hotel room that won't move. If they don't have a safe, or you don't trust the safe. Like I don't know if there's like a default with those safes, you know, that someone might know and they can get into it. I don't know. Could be not. But if there's a way that you can if there's a way that you can kind of bring your own, and it won't be too heavy. That's the thing, you know, they're pretty solid. Even those little small flat ones that like the one I leave in my car, they're pretty, they have some weight to it. And you know, the airlines are going to charge, you know, they do. I won't say it. I was laughing at your comment, mandatory carry. No, of course not. Of course not. I'm watching you. Of course not. Of course not. Hi, Prepared Irishman. Good to see you. Welcome in. Okay, so I talked about the safe. I always put my do not disturb sign on. I don't need the maid service to come into my room and tidy up like beds and such. Like, how long are you there that you need someone to do that you can't just, you know, draw the sheets up yourself, you know? And if you need towels, making those requests. That's the other thing. If you're requesting something, making sure that who comes knocking on your door saying maintenance or housekeeping, that they were called there for a reason and it was a known reason. If someone's knocking your door saying, hey, for maintenance, let me call down. Okay, 1 second. Not even telling them. Oh, let me call down I'll just say 1 second and calling down to the front desk. There's maintenance knocking on my door. Oh yeah, they needed to check something. Okay, well, you should be calling me first, not them just showing up. I'm not, you know, I'm not just gonna let them in just because they say maintenance. I oftentimes try to catch housekeeping also. I don't know if it's allowed, but I always try to keep housekeeping and catch them in the hallway saying, can we have a couple extra towels? And then retrieving them right directly from them as they're cleaning like another room. Just to minimize like a lot of random people knocking on the door. And I'm always like a like a cat, like who's knocking on the door? Who is that? Who would be knocking on the door? You know, different from like at your home. It's the hotels. No one really should be knocking on the door, and they should be calling ahead saying, hey, so and so, they brought your towels, or you forgot your toothbrush, whatever it might be. Okay, that's planned, but not just a random knock. No one should really do that. I did buy, okay, and I am going to probably return it. If you all have any suggestions, please. I bought this. Okay. I bought this little, let me put this Prepared Irishman down here for a second. You can't see it, but it's a hidden camera detector. And I said, well, let me just give this a try. Let me see if this something like this would work. You see all those things. I got sucked into a late night reel scroll. And I was like, maybe I do need a detector. Because you think about those stories about Airbnb and all those cameras and such that people find in places, in like the smoke detector or by the phone, and like really inconspicuous places and events and such. It's like, well, maybe I need to bring one and have one when I travel to a hotel just to have it. I don't know. I bought it and it shows that it was a bestseller. So I'm not sure. But if anyone has any experience with camera detectors, if they have a recommendation, if they know this one, SM Hawk is what this one is. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I never want to be on someone's external hard drive of me at a hotel or in the bathroom, or someone's external hard drive someplace, okay? Because I didn't have something like this. I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying. But am I the only one? Let me see. G-Baby's leaving? Let me see. Oh, yes. All right. Thank you, G-Baby. Thanks for being here. I know. We'll be wrapping up in 8 minutes. I'm going to be super fast. I knew it was going to go a little bit long. I'm going to try to... I still do have a story, though. Okay, let me share my story really fast. Thank you for being here, G-Baby. Appreciate you. So the last trip that we took to Las Vegas, having situational awareness, not only out and about, like in the city, of course you're going to be because there's millions of tourists there, right? But in your hotel room. And one of the days that we were there, when you're being followed, when someone's like, there were 2 guys up front ahead of us. And then there were 2 guys behind us. And the 2 guys, they were not doing a good job because we were like they were moving at the same pace that we were moving. And we were heading towards the elevator to go up. And we just got a feeling that something wasn't right. And they were lingering. So we didn't go in the elevator. We moved over to the side. You know those movies, like the Mission Impossible movies, when people are walking and they're following you and like you hear footsteps, and then you drop into like a side little alleyway, entranceway there, and they walk by. It's like, I know they were following. That is a vibe that we got. That's what we felt like. Like if they were following us to get onto the elevator to go up. I don't know if we look like, most of us are always tourists, right? When you go to Vegas, but why they picked us, I don't know. But definitely they were following us up the stairs, up the elevator. If we got on the elevator, and would probably got off our exit to their room or, exit to the floor. But it was really scary. Like you don't know when you feel that way, like your spidey senses kick in, like, dang. And you try to be really nonchalant, you try to play it off. But definitely, I was kind of freaked out about it. It's like, okay, I'm not going out the rest of the night. Fortunately, we were going in for the day, for the rest of the night. But it was like, I was kind of freaked out about that. And I don't know how I could have prevented that from happening, from someone following us. Do I need it? We're tourists there. What could have been done differently? But thankful that the spidey senses kick in. That's why situational awareness is necessary, and not keeping your head down and paying attention and watching people's eyes and things like that. It's very, very important in the sense of who's around you. If they're really close to you, like, what? Back up, buddy. Why are you so close? And even still with some people, like when you go shopping, and people are in line behind you, I'm like, I make it so obvious that they're very close to me. And I go back to go forward, and then like, okay, give me my space, will you? Sorry, it's just what I do. But you're in my personal space, because I know when I'm in, getting close to someone's personal space, I back up a little bit. I don't like that. anyway, that was scary, and that was a close call, honestly. Who knows what happened? Need to use personal video cameras for your hotel room. Cheap surveillance option. Another reason to Vegas, you should go to see Reno instead. But congrats on your astronaut wings. What does that mean? Mandatory carry astronaut wings. Plus, you needed the room key to open the elevator, and they didn't have one. Yes. You know those elevators where you have to put your key on to press your button to go to your floor. Like, they definitely like, oh, we'll just use your key. We're going to the same floor you are. We're good. Scary. Did I miss someone's comment? Okay. All right. The next one is, I already talked about this, about the getting on the elevator, waiting. If it's crowded, just wait. You don't want to be pickpocketed. You don't want to be the one right in the very front where someone could assault you, or, anything, because your back is completely to everyone. And don't assume that if they do have cameras in that elevator that they're working. If something does happen, it's really close quarters. If you had to defend yourself, and that there might be more than one assailant, getting onto the elevator, they're not associated with one another. I mean, that cloak and dagger, those cloak and dagger scenarios are real. They're based off of something, right? They may exaggerate it in movies and such, but I mean, it's easy for that to happen when you're in a crowd. Hey, buddy, you go that way, I go this way, and you're fooling people. My 2 cents. I mentioned the travel spray. I will share that. I might just, once I purchase it, I'll do a community post to show you what it is. It's CSA compliant, like I said, and you can take it with you to a state that allows for that type of self-defense option. One thing, another thing is making sure, when you're out and about, if you do have cash, putting your money away before you leave the store. How many times have we seen people in their wallet or in their purse, their heads down too, right? They're digging in their purse, trying to put their money away, and they're in the entranceway to the store, or they're out in the store counting, sorting. Someone could bump you. Someone could just run up on you and snatch your money. I've seen a lot of Instagram reels of people showing their money, broad daylight, all out and open, not even in an inconspicuous way. I won't say you deserve it, but you come on now. You got to be smart about things. Don't do that. And that brings me to the Cash App card. I have the Cash App card, and maybe designating. Here's an option because it's free. These Cash App cards are free. And you link it up to your bank. For those who don't know what the Cash App cards are, and you move money to it from your bank. So it's a nice barrier between your bank. The hassle of trying to get a new bank card. I mean, I don't know if you put all your money, you have a checking and a savings, most of your money is in your savings or whatever it might be. But if you have that, you just move only the designated money that you need at the time of that transaction. You can lock it. There's a feature on there where you can lock the Cash App card on the Cash App. So when you're not using it, you kind of turn it off until you're ready to use it. So even if there are attempts to withdraw money or people requesting money, that they can't even make that request to you. There have been times where people hey, send so-and-so $20. I'm I don't know who that person is. Block. But it's a great option for people, and you can do it where it's designated just for your transportation. And so all your transactions were with this one card. So if for whatever reason it gets compromised, you don't have a bunch of different cards. You have a single card or more than 2, more than one, whatever. And that was your Lake Tahoe trip card, and use it. Because months later, a friend of mine, there were some additional charges attempted on that card that he used a month ago. And because there was no money on there, because he's only using it for designated amounts at the time of the transaction, they couldn't get it. And you can have it where you're prompted, hey, enter your PIN code, or you can do the Face ID to allow that transaction to go through. So it just adds extra safety. I know banks, a lot of banks, more sophisticated banks, have some of those features, but I just like having that Cash App because it is not, the transactions are not directly linked to my bank card. Just another safety feature. I'll be talking about that during the financial live. We'll talk about a little bit more in detail on that. One of the other things when you're traveling safely, if you had a medical emergency and you didn't bring, here's my emergency contact information written on the paper, or however you bring that type of information with you on the trip, God forbid something happens, what do you do? I know I found that, and I think it's Android and Apple both have this feature. They have a medical ID feature where any medical professional, if they hold down the up volume key, for this case, and the off key, it'll bring up your medical ID information that you previously put in. Like you can create your medical ID profile of if you have any special allergies, your blood type, your name, your emergency contact individuals. Because if something happens to you, you have your phone, but no one can get into it. But if you have that medical ID app feature, it will allow that medical professional to get into your phone to that space only to identify who they need to contact. If you're in the hospital, again, if you're in the hospital, you're letting your people know, hey, I'm in this city and something happens to you. They'll know, okay, they have to be in one of these 5 hospitals, or the medical professional's calling you, or the hospital's calling you saying, hey, we found your information on their phone, and we're reaching out to you. I love it. If I could have taken a screenshot, I would, but it wouldn't allow me because it was my turn off button. So I couldn't do a screenshot. I'm going to see how I can do it. I'm going to try to find it on the internet and post it as a community post. It's very, very helpful. I feel like I'm losing my voice. All right, let's see here. Yes, we're talking about turning of the clocks. Okay, yes. We're about winding down now. I'm 2 minutes over my designated time that I said I would tell you that I would wrap up. Oh yeah, it does get darker now. Forgot about that. Yes. Okay, and the last one, okay, no, 2 more. Okay, let me get to it. I have a credit card for travel. I buy everything with that card and pay it off after return. Loads of consumer protection comes with credit services. Yes, awesome. I love that. If you're using different cards, if something happens, you don't know where I last used that card. It just helps you pinpoint and narrow your focus and protect your financial information. I mean, we have money to protect, right? We can do our part, and there's features and there's technology that helps you do that. Digital QR code on phone. Yes, I forgot. Yeah, it's something similar. Let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, shoot. Okay, let me see if I can show it to you. I'll just do it this way. Oh. So it does that turn off the phone, right? But then here, if you can't see it, it says medical ID. And on there, once you click on there, it has all like my personal information of what I want that medical professional to know. My height, weight, my language, my primary language, those types of things that we don't really think about. I love it. Financial live will be awesome. Great. Did I miss? I will do that. Thank you to you. Hopefully you can join us, Steve Man 120. Guns and Barbecue. Did I miss you coming in? Hello, welcome in. We're about wrapping up now. The last two I wanted to share really, really quickly is the avoid providing your exact location until after you've left. Like I said, I'm going to Las Vegas, but you don't know where I'm going to, specifically Las Vegas, and what I'm doing on this designated day at this hour. You know what I mean? Until I've left that place, that's when I will share. And all of your upstanding individuals, yes. But for anyone else, making sure that you are keeping your location safe is important. And then the last one, and I alluded to it earlier, here in Tampa, very touristy town, be mindful when you're going places, and mentioning the concierge, where are places that I should kind of avoid or be careful of going? Any security concerns or cautions should I be made aware of? Because I know here there's some places that I wouldn't go during the day. Okay, so being really aware of that is important, especially if you're going to an unknown city or state, right? So that's all I have for you. I hope that next week, yes, I will be present. I will have some videos out to share, of some community posts. Stay tuned for that. We're going to go back to a gun-related live next week. I'm trying to figure out which one that will be. It's very funny. Oh, you must know this area. That's very funny. Town and country. You must know if you said town and country. The SAT tracker I mentioned earlier automatically notifies a predetermined list when it goes off. Good. Okay. I like that. I love it. Thank you for the shows you do. These will help people stay safe. Thank you, Coop. And I know that a lot of information I share, many of you know, okay, it's common sense. But sometimes just hearing it again, we know, but hearing it again or sharing with someone who might be not so concerned, who should possibly be concerned about moving about. And with the holidays coming and people traveling more, just making sure that you're staying safe and remembering some of these things. Let my voice ring in your ear. Not my voice is getting sick, I think. But I appreciate everyone coming through. I did not get to thank my Patreon community. I'm going to do that now. Florida and Nebraska, you're local. You are local. Okay. I got your number. Thank you, Coop, for being here. I appreciate you. Let me do this and I'll be back in one hot second. Awesome. Thank you so much to the moderators for helping, keeping the channel going and making my eyes easier to read comments and such, sharing things that I forget to mention. I appreciate everyone. Thank you for joining me each week, and whether a minute popping in. I know people have other things going on. I know daylight saving times kind of threw people off too. Daylight savings time change messed up people also. And so I just appreciate you all being here and joining me. And if I've forgotten anything, these tips, of course, I just try to come up with things that I find and have experienced myself. It is just a very small list of other ways that you can stay safe. And I just want to do my part and help other people. Okay. So I do appreciate everyone. Thank you for hitting the like button. And please share this with someone who might benefit from this content and this specific topic. Try to do the safety series and build that up and put it into a playlist that people can refer to. And I hope that it is helpful in an evergreen way, not just for this holiday season, but in other situations and other times. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you, Viejo. I appreciate that. And with that, I will probably get some tea. I hope that I will not be sick for this week, but I feel it. It's cold. It's been cold here. It's been 57 degrees. Okay, it's cold.
Is that it?
Yep. That's
it. It's that simple.
Yep. It's that simple.
I had to come back with you guys. I hope that you have a great week. Thank you for being here. Stay warm, stay safe. I will be doing some traveling, so my setting will be different. Not this coming Sunday, but probably the following. So I hope that you will join me still. I do plan to still go live. It'll just be different. So I'm just going to have to wing it. Okay. But I didn't get to share this earlier. So thank you for everyone who kind of stayed on. We'll be doing some of the giveaways when I come back from my trip. I might do it while I'm there. Who knows? But definitely when I come back. So stay tuned for that. I think that you'll be really excited with what's coming. I've been trying to keep you in mind with my activities and approaches. So without spilling my beans, had to say that. I haven't said that today. You'll have a great day. Thank you, Mandatory Carrie. Veterans Day is coming Saturday, coming with 11. Thank you. Thank you, G23, for mentioning that. I forgot to say that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, yes, yes. And with that, I will really, really go this time. Okay. You'll be careful, be safe, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.